Hello, moviegoers! Welcome to another episode of CritiCarter, the show where I turn you into a cinephile. Today I saw the new film ParaNorman, co-directed by Chris Butler and Sam Fell, written by Chris Butler, and starring Kodi Smit-McPhee, Jeff Garlin, Leslie Mann, Anna Kendrick, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, John Goodman, and Casey Affleck. In this film, a young boy who's able to communicate with ghosts must save his town from an evil witch's curse. Let me just start off by saying I was not able to see this film in 3D. I'll get to the very specific reason why later, but just in case you're wondering how great or terrible the 3D is on this film, I have no say in the matter. I can tell you, it was incredibly entertaining. The voice cast was utterly remarkable, and major points to the marketing team on this. The first trailer that came out for ParaNorman listed none of the actors' names. They got by promoting this movie solely on the visual aspect of it, which I think is really the movie's strongest suit. It is a beautiful, beautiful film, and as would have to be whenever you're dealing with a non-live action film, the world is incredibly richly detailed, and that really pays off. When the DVD comes around, you can slow the movie down and really pay attention to the key details. You're going to enjoy it even more than you would in the theater. As for the plot, it's a great little twist in the beginning of the third act, but the hero's quest is laid out a bit too easily, and there are a lot of dumb kid jokes. And now I know what you're going to say. Carter, this movie's rated PG. Of course there are going to be dumb kid jokes. This is a movie for kids. No. This is not a kid's movie. And if anybody out there watching is a parent or has younger siblings that they get asked to take to this movie, beg and plead with the person in charge and say, no, I heard from a smart guy on the internet that this movie is not for kids. Because if you take anyone under 13 to this movie, it's going to blow by them quicker than the Roadrunner in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. Like, it's just...
Nice analogy.
Thank you. This movie is so much more complex than you would think by just watching the trailers for it. So please, don't bring little kids to this movie. Don't bring little kids to any movie if you can't keep them quiet for an hour and a half, okay?
Oh, so that's why you're saying it.
Well, there's that too. But also, there's a lot going on in this film that kids aren't going to pick up on. And I have a real problem with the fact that Hollywood seems like they can't market, except for, Pixar, because Pixar is usually far and above incredible. Hollywood has a problem marketing G and PG rated films to an adult audience. They think if you don't have bad words or sex and violence and drugs and all that kind of fun stuff, that you can't market a film to adults. And I say thee nay. ParaNorman is a great film for anyone with a mature intellect. That's why I have to give ParaNorman 4 out of 5 paranormally investigative young boys.
Oh, Carter actually likes a movie for once.
Okay. People keep saying this in the comments for these videos. I like a lot of movies. But when you have, like this summer, there's been a bit of a dry spell where they haven't had good movies to put out. You had Avengers, you had Dark Knight Rises, and you got this. I can't really think of summer movies that have been good besides those three. I don't know what it is. But that's why I go to Orlando at least once a month to see an independent film, because usually those turn out really well.
Why don't you talk about those ones?
Because not everybody gets to see those ones, because they're on such a limited release scale. Which brings me to my next point. There is a film that might be in a theater near you. It's in several theaters, 3 theaters near me, in fact. It's called 2016 Obama's America. While purportedly a documentary, this movie is based on a widely discredited book written by an Indian American named Dinesh D'Souza, where he makes a lot of statements about our current president and how he thinks the country is going to be after a second term. I'm not here to get political because this isn't the week before the election yet, so I'm not going to say anything about that aspect of it just yet, but I will say this. I could have seen ParaNorman in 3D if there had been more than just an 11:30 showing and a 9:30 at night showing. But because I love you guys so much and I needed to get this review out, I had to go see the movie in 2D. Now, if there had been, say, an extra theater open that could have shown ParaNorman in 3D instead of showing this other movie, which despite the fact that it's only playing in 169 theaters nationwide. 3 of those theaters happen to be in close proximity to my little town of 3,000 people. I don't know how that works out. I don't know how we're getting this movie instead of some other more notable independent releases that people might actually want to see, but it's a problem, okay? So if you guys can help me out with this, I would really appreciate it. Just don't go see it if it's near you. See ParaNorman, don't go see that other thing with the year and Obama in the title. You can check out my review last week of Hope Springs up over there, and next week I'll be reviewing the latest Joseph Gordon-Levitt film, Premium Rush. I'll have that review linked up over there as soon as it's done. Be sure to like and favorite this video if you enjoyed watching it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and remember you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, all as CritiCarter. Fade to black.